Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. We're going to be jumping into Eureka Math / Engage New York Math, Module 1, Lesson 18, Finding Rate by Dividing Two Quantities. We know that if you're driving 5 miles for every 2 hours, it takes you 2 hours to drive 5 miles, we can look at that as 5 divided by 2, and we can figure out that you're going 2.5 miles per hour. We're going to take kind of that same principle today as we look at some of our problems, except in this case we're going to know kind of the base rate and we're going to extend it. So let's take a look. All right, here's our first example. At Fun Burger, the burger master can make hamburgers at a rate of 4 burgers per minute. So every 1 minute we have 4. No, let me do it this way. 4 burgers every 1 minute. So our ratio is 4:1 burgers per minute. In order to address the heavy volume of customers, so there's a lot of customers, he needs to continue this rate for 30 minutes. He needs to be able to do that for 30 straight minutes. If he continues to make hamburgers at that pace, meaning he doesn't speed up or slow down, how many hamburgers will the burger master make in 30 minutes? Well, we can look at it this way. If we take 4 burgers for every minute, and we multiply that by 30 minutes, we can figure out our answer. So if you look at this problem, we have 4 burgers per minute times 30 minutes. Our 2 minutes cancel out, and we end up with 4 times 30. I know 4 times 3 is 12. I still have a 0 left to bring over to add to that place value. 120, and then our only word left would be burgers. So in 30 minutes, he would make 120 burgers. That's one way to do it. I'm going to show you a different way, equally as good. You can choose which way you want to use, right, or which way you prefer on the next slide. Okay, our next example. Chandra is an editor at the New York Gazette. Her job is to read each article before it is printed in the newspaper. If Chandra can read 10 words per second, how many words can she read in 60 seconds? She can read 10 words every second. We want to know how many words she reads in 60 seconds. Well, we could do one of a couple of things. We could do the method I just showed you on the last slide, which would be to say 10 words per second times 60 seconds, and that would give you what? Well, we know we can cancel out the 2 seconds. We can do 10 times 60, which would give us 600, and then bring over the words. She can read 600 words. That's one way to do it. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to show you a different way also. If we write this as a fraction, 10 words divided by 1 second. Can't get my C to pop up there. There we go. We want to know how much that would be if it was 60 seconds. Blank words. We don't know. So this is basically just finding an equivalent fraction. We know from 1 to get to 60, our constant or our magic number would be times 60. Same thing here. To figure out what this is, we would need to do times 60, because that's our constant or our magic number, and we would get 600 words. Okay, let's try another one. Helena works for a publishing firm. She is considered an average typist, and she can type 52 words per minute. If she continues at that rate, so she doesn't speed up or slow down, how many words would Helena type in 4 minutes? Well, we know she can type 52 words in 1 minute. We want to know how many words she would type in 4 minutes, right? Well, again, use that constant or that magic number. From 1 to get to 4, we're going to have to multiply by 4. If you do something to the numerator or the denominator, you have to do the same thing to the other one. 52 times 4. We can do the math down here. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. She would type 208 words, which we would write out here. Or to write it in a complete sentence, we could say Helena would type 208 words in 4 minutes. Okay, one more problem here, and I'll show you the original method again. So either one you want to use, whatever works for you. However you get to the correct answer and you're comfortable using, right? Kevin hopes to earn a college basketball scholarship. To improve his shooting skills, Kevin shoots 50 baskets a day. If he shoots 50 baskets every day for 60 days, how many shots would Kevin take? Well, you'll notice that I didn't underline the 50 again because it's just referring to the 50 every day he's going to take. So I didn't want to get confused. What I really need to know is he's going to shoot 50 baskets every day. And I'm going to multiply that by 60 days. I know my days cancel out, so I'm going to end up doing 50 times 60. 5 times 6 is 30. I have a 0 to bring down here. I have a 0 to bring down here. I end up with 3,000 baskets each day that Kevin would shoot. Okay, so I've shown you 2 different methods to solve these kind of problems. That's not even that there are the only 2 methods. We might talk about some other ways to do it in class. But I want you to see both methods. They're similar, whichever one you're comfortable with using. And we'll continue to talk about this a little bit more in class and go dive deeper on these kind of problems. So anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll talk more in class. See you then.